Welcome to Movement, Rhythm, and Conversation, the show where we delve into the profound impact of religion, spark provoking conversation, explore the world through an open-minded perspective. I'm your host, Tafari, here to bring you engaging discussions, eye-opening stories, and conversation that pulls no punches. Whether it's faith, culture, creativity, or real-life experience, we keep it raw, honest, and unfiltered. Peace and power, family. Before we get started, please take a moment to do something important. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode of Movement, Rhythm, and Conversations with Tafari. Every click, share, and subscriptions help push this movement forward, spreading knowledge, rhythm, and power into our community. Let's rise together. Now, let's get into today's conversation.
You know, like many black men my age, the first time I voted was 8 years ago. I saw Obama on TV and said, I'm voting for this. I remember the day I voted for Obama. I voted in Ohio, and my vote matters in Ohio. Ohio is a battleground state. But when I pulled up to the polls, all the soldiers were in line. There was so many black people in that goddamn line, I didn't even know it was the polls. I thought it was a check cashing place. We were hugging each other, and old people were singing hymns and spirituals and shit. It was like the OJ verdict times 10 or something. I've never seen black people that happy. 8 years later, I'm pulling up to the polls again. This time, I'm driving a brand new Porsche because the Obama years were very good to me. And when I parked my car, I figured out something that it would take the rest of the country another week to figure out. I understood that Donald Trump was going to be our next president because in Ohio, unlike D.C., you could see the results in the parking lot. Saw these goddamn pickup trucks and tractors and and then I walked up and I saw a long line of dusty white people. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, these were the poor whites. And I must tell you, I've never had a problem with white people ever in my life. But full disclosure, the poor whites are my least favorites. And I've never seen so many of them up close. I looked them right in their coal-smeared faces. And to my surprise, I didn't see one deplorable face in that group. I saw some angry faces and some determined faces, but they felt like decent folk. No, they did. In fact, I'm not even lying, and I didn't sound f***ed up, but I felt sorry for them. I know the game now. I know that rich white people call poor white people trash. And the only reason I know that is because I made so much money last year, the rich whites told me they say it at a cocktail party. And I'm not with that. And I stood with them in line like all of us Americans are required to do in a democracy. Nobody skips the line to vote. And I listened to them. I listened to them say naive, poor white people things. Man, Donald Trump's gonna go to Washington and he's gonna fight for us. I'm standing there thinking in my mind, you dumb motherfucker. You are poor. He's fighting for me.
That was Dave Chappelle, a fellow DMV brother. Good morning, people of the Unchain Your Mind, Reclaim Your Soul family. I'm your host, Tafari, and today we're diving into a bold vision, a vision that asks, what if we chose to move as one people, not to escape, not to scatter, but to gather, to concentrate our power in one place and build something unstoppable. Imagine Mississippi, the land of our ancestors, blood and struggle become the new center of Black sovereignty, Black culture, and Black economics. This is the Great Migration 2.0, not about leaving behind, but about reclaiming, not about running, but about returning. Stay with me, because today we're going to explore how this one move could flip the script on politics, economics, culture, forever. Let's get into it. When our ancestors fled the Deep South during the first Great Migration, they carried their dignity in one hand and their survival in the other. Between 1916 and 1970, millions of black men and women left Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana for cities such as Chicago, Detroit, New York, Los Angeles, and others where opportunity seems brighter. They ran from lynch mobs, Jim Crow laws, and a system built to crush the black spirit. They built new lives, and their children grew up far from the cotton fields their grandparents had been forced to work in. But what if the next great movement isn't about escape, but about return? Not about scattering ourselves across the nation, but about concentrating our numbers, our dollars, our votes in one place. What if we decide as a people to claim Mississippi? Why Mississippi? Mississippi has always carried a heavy reputation in black imagination. It is remembered as a land of chain gangs, burning crosses, and assassinations. Medgar Evers fell on its soil. Fannie Lou Hamer was nearly beaten to death in its jails. It was in Mississippi where Emmett Till's mutilated body was pulled from the Tallahatchie River. For many, Mississippi is the very symbol of American racism. And yet, Mississippi also holds a secret. Nearly 38% of its population is black, the highest proportion of any state in the nation. That number is more than symbolic. In a state of 3 million people, it means more than 1 million are black. A people this numerous, concentrated in one state, carries within their grasp the power to shift political control, transform economics, and redefine culture. The hypothetical migration. Picture it. Families from Chicago, Detroit, New York, Atlanta, Houston, Los Angeles, Oakland, and D.C., all choosing to buy one-way tickets, load up U-Hauls, and head to Jackson, Clarksdale, Hattiesburg, and Gulfport. Doctors, lawyers, teachers, construction workers, farmers, artists, and activists, all moving with a shared purpose, not running away from America, but running towards one another. The first wave would bring entrepreneurs. They would purchase land, open grocery stores, restaurants, bookstores, and credit unions. They would hire locally, making sure dollars circulate in black hands. The second wave would bring professionals, doctors, including nurses, lawyers, social workers, and educators. They would staff the schools, protect the community in the courts, and begin reshaping the public service that has long failed black Mississippians. The third wave would bring culture, filmmakers, musicians, writers, historians who would capture the story as it unfolds, making sure the world sees not another tragedy, but a renaissance. The political power shift. Imagine the state legislature. Imagine a black majority House and Senate in Mississippi. Imagine a governor elected by a coalition led by black voters. Imagine judges who understand the lived reality of radical inequality. Imagine sheriffs and police chiefs who serve the community rather than prey on it. It's not fantasy. It's math. Concentrated numbers makes the political system bend. Collective action changed laws. Suddenly, Mississippi, once called the cradle of Dixie, could become the center of a new black America. Economic freedom in the Delta. Economics has always been the battlefield where true freedom is won or lost. During slavery, our ancestors' unpaid labor built wealth for others. During Jim Crow, their limited wages enriched plantation owners and merchants who denied them dignity. Today, much of black America, $1.6 trillion in annual spending power, still slips out of our hands into corporations that care nothing for us. Now imagine Mississippi transformed into a hub of black economic, credit union, and community bank financing black-owned farms and tech startups, food co-ops replacing food deserts, schools teaching financial literacy as early as middle school, real estate collective purchasing neighborhoods before outside investors stripped them away. Instead of dollars leaving the community within 6 hours, those same dollars could circulate for weeks, building homes, businesses, and schools that reflect us. Culture and identity. In this new Mississippi, children would no longer grow up seeing their history distorted or erased. The textbooks would teach not only the horror of slavery, but also the brilliance of African American kingdoms, the resilience of Reconstruction, and the creativity of Harlem. Museums would tell the truth about the blues, born in the Delta, carried to the world, and honor the names of artists like Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, and B.B. King. Black festivals would fill the streets. Language, fashion, and art would thrive, rooted in African identity, but pushing forward into the future. A culture once ridiculed would now be normalized, celebrated, exported to the rest of America on our terms. The challenge, of course, no such vision come without obstacle. History teaches us that whenever Black people concentrate wealth, influence, there are those who plot to destroy it. Tulsa in 1921, Rosewood in 1923, the Freedom Summer of 1964. Every attempt of sovereignty has been met with sabotage. Mississippi 2.0 wouldn't be no different. There would be economic pushback, companies refusing to invest, banks tightening lending, outside politicians plotting legal barriers. There would be culture warfares, attempt to brand the movement as a separatist, radical, or dangerous. There would be internal struggles, disagreement about strategy, leadership, and direction. But forewarned is forearmed. Knowing these obstacles ahead of time allow us to prepare legally, politically, and spiritually. The lessons of history is not that we cannot build, but that we must build wisely. With institutions too resilient to topple. A symbol for the world. Mississippi transformed would not be just a state. It would be a symbol, proof that Black people can consolidate power peacefully, legally, and effectively. It would show Africa, the Caribbean, and the global diaspora that unity is more than a dream. It is a strategy. This is not a call to exile or to separate. It's a call to gather, to plant roots deep in one place so that our branches can stretch across the world. The choice before us. We are not powerless. We are not voiceless. The only thing we lack is unity. Whether the vision of Mississippi 2.0 even comes to pass is less important than the truth it reveals, that concentrated power change everything. If we choose to move together, not just in geographical, but in purpose, we could transform not just Mississippi, but America itself. The question is not whether we can. The question is whether we will. Family, you just walk with me through a vision, the Great Migration 2.0, a vision where we stop scattering our strength and start concentrating it. Where? Mississippi, the place once known for change and oppression, could rise again as a symbol of Black power, unity, and renewal. But let's be clear, we don't have to wait for millions to move before we move in spirit. We can act right now. Every dollar we spend is a vote for the future we believe in. Every business we support is a seed planted in our soil. That's why I am calling on you from October the 1st through November the 9th. Join the movement, 40 days and 40 nights of buying Black. Let's show our children that we bow to no one, that our unity is our weapon, that we are building a legacy they can be proud of. Because the question isn't if we can't reclaim our power. The question is, will we choose to? Until next time, family, unchain your mind, reclaim your soul. I'm your host, Tafari. Stay Black, people. If today's conversation spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share with the family, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notification so you never miss an episode of Movement, Rhythm, and Conversation with Tafari. Together we rise. Unchain your mind, reclaim your soul.